You're listening to Ragas Live Festival. Here is the 7 a.m. set. It's Womanly Voices of Jodhpur Riff, recorded at the Merrangahr Fort, Jodhpur, Rajasthan, India. That's with Sumitra Devi on vocals, harmonium, Ganga and Sundar on vocals, Mohini Devi on vocals, Susheela on khartal and manjira, Shyam Rao on manjira, Asin Khan on sindhi sarangi, and there's additional vocals from Sadik Khan on dholak. Enjoy.
घड़ी घड़ी में बाट निहारो सब तारे घोड़े चढ़ने आव बीरा मैं बाट निहारो थारी आजा बीरा आजा घोड़े चढ़ने आजा आजा बीरा आजा घोड़े चढ़ने आजा चुगीड़ा बुलावे बेगो आज मारा बीरा राजेश्वरी बुलावे बेगो आज मारा बीरा काहे हो माने कैया भूलो मारा बीरा काहे हो माने कैया भूलो मारा बीरा अगलिए चढ़ियो भी बाटा दो मारा बीरा अगलिए चढ़ियो भी बाटा दो मारा बीरा चुगीड़ा ले बड़े चुगीड़ा ले बड़े बेगो आज मारा बीरा चुगीड़ा प्रीति मत कर सावरा प्रीति किए दुखी हो नगरी डिंडोरा पीटती काना प्रीति ना करियों को जाए दासी बाग में और सुनी सावरियेरी बात कब हुक मैली पदार सी रानी रुको मन जोवे बाट अज बजना सुलागे मीरा बजना सुलागे मीरा मिटियो में वाड़ी राना बजना सुलागे मीरा मीठी चितोड़ी राना बजना सुलागे मीरा मीठी बजना सुलागे मीरा बजना सुलागे मीरा मिटियो में वाड़ी राना बजना सुलागे मीरा मीठी चितोड़ी राना बजना सुलागे मीरा मीठी के तो ये मीरा थारो रमैया बता दे के तो ये मीरा के तो ये मीरा थारो रमैया बता दे नाई तमाता थारी नाई तमाता थारी झूठी है मेवाड़न मीरा बजना सुलागे मीरा मीठी मेवाड़ी राणा बजना सुलागे मीरा मीठी मारो तो रमैयो राणा गटी गटी में बोले मारो तो रमैयो मारो तो रमैयो राणा गटी गटी में बोले हारे हियरी कया हारे हियरी कया कोटियों में वाड़ी राणा बजना सुलागे मीरा मीठी मेवाड़ी राणा बजना सुलागे मीरा मीठी आप ही तो जाय सविरा द्वारिका में बसिया आप ही तो जन्मी मेड़ते और परिणा दी चित्तौड़ हरि भजन परताप से रे सकल सृष्टि श्री मोर सकल सृष्टि श्री मोर जगत में सारा जानी आगे बये अनेक के बाया के रानी जिनकी रीत सगराम का है बेकुंठा ठोर मीरा जन्मी मेड़ित जन परिणा दी चित्तौड़ रूडो नहीं पैरुली तारो चूड़ो राणा जी तारो देह सड़ीलो रंगी रूडो देह सड़ीलो रंगी रूडो तन की आसरण कब हूँ न कीनी तन की आसरण कब हूँ न कीनी जूरण माही सुररे 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 सुरो नहीं पैरुली तर तुड़ो गाना जी तारो दह सड़िलो रंग रूड़ो भाई मीरा के प्रभु गिरधर नागरी भाई मीरा के प्रभु गिरधर नागरी सतगुरु मारा बाणिया बिनी जी करे रवपा बिना डांडी बिना ताकड़ी ओ सतगुरु तोल लियो संसार अरे ये कणवारी आई जो दाता बारम वारी आई जो अरे ये कणवारी आई जो गुरु जी बारम वारी आई जो सतगुरु सा मोरे देश में वो जी Thank you. रूणे से राधनिया ये जी माल जीरा कौरा माता मेला तेरा लाल रानी ने तलरा बरतार मारो हेलो सोनो ने रामा घर होवे पूजा थारी गाँव गाँव जस गावे जी
घर घर होवे पूजा थारी गाँव गाँव जस गावे जी
घर घर होवे पूजा थारी गाँव गाँव जस गावे जी
घर घर होवे पूजा थारी गाँव गाँव जस गावे जी
जे कोई लेवे नाम धनी रो मन चाया पल पावे जी
जो कोई लेवे नाम धनी रो मन चाया पल पावे जी
जी राम सा पीर थारी दास करे अरदास बाप जी दस क्यों कालो नाग जी
दास करे अरदास बाप जी दस क्यों कालो नाग जी
दास करे अरदास बाप जी दस क्यों कालो नाग जी
दास करे अरदास बाप जी दस क्यों कालो नाग जी
हे रूणे चेरा रामद की सुन तो है तो याव जी
हे रूणे चेरा रामदेव जी सुन तो है तो याव जी
हे जी राम सा पीर तारी
मारो हेलो सुनो ने रामा पीर जी मारो हेलो सुनो ने रामा पीर जी
करूं या जी माला मारो हेलो सुन મારો મારો હેલો સુનો ને રામા પીરજી હે ધીરે મારો હેલો સુનો ને રામા પીરજી ધીરે મારો હેલો સુનો ધીરા
Well, I thought, David, this is your chance. You have two Carnatic musicians here with you to ask
My
all the
dream comes true.
questions. You know we're better than the one up north. Just kidding. Your chance to ask all the questions you've been scared to ask.
Oh, from okay. When
about
is it going to be
Carnatic
over?
concerts. Rude.
Wow.
Security?
That was rough. That was rough.
Okay, you want to start
No,
over?
no. There's a lot of mysteries for most people. One mystery is what is going on. Like in Carnatic music, the percussionist is like so much looser.
Right.
They're not like really keeping the time in the same sense or at all. So what's going on with the time in Carnatic music?
I'll take this one, Arun.
Yeah, you got it.
I think it's the percussionist is an equal member of the ensemble, and so the great Shivaraman, Umayalpuram Shivaraman would say that the mridangam is actually a melodic instrument as well. It's not just a rhythmic instrument, so it's not as much a function of just keeping the time or the groove. They are actually imbuing the experience with their own sets of calculations, with their own way of cutting up the song, of providing other grooves that, so the singer might be singing phrases in a 4 and they're in a 3, And so it's this layering that's happening that's actually giving you the experience. It's not just any one musician on stage.
And they're playing for the song. Like they'll know the song, and when the song is going to get and have like a rhythmic pattern, they know that rhythmic pattern, so they hit it with you. And then it goes back into a melodic line that is a little more subdued, and they'll get subdued. So they're kind of really like moving with the other musicians, and during the improvisation, they're predicting what the singer or the violinist may do, and they're jumping on it when they know what's going to happen. So it's very alive,
Yeah, and the composers, it's kind of around the same time as Mozart and these guys. It's kind of like
we're talking late 1700s, early 1800s. That, but I mean, there are composers from the early 1900s, and but there's a trinity, 3 composers that composed a large chunk of the repertoire that's played today, and that all was in the late 1800s, late 1700s, early 1800s.
Mm-hmm. And so there's never a situation where someone knows a song and someone else doesn't. Like,
Oh man!
I'm going to pass this one on conveniently to the violinist.
I mean, that happens. It happens very often, and there's so many compositions. So singers will show up and have a list of songs that they want to play, and the violinist and the mridangist won't even know what the singer's going to sing. So it'll very much happen that the violinist or the mridangist doesn't know the song, and then the second the singer starts, you got to listen closely, identify the raga, and then figure out what the melody is and just play along with it.
And a lot of times the songs are based on rhythmic ideas first before the melodies come in, or not so much?
They're really hand in hand, I would say, because there is so much percussion and rhythm even in the melodic shapes. So if you change the rhythm, the sub rhythms of a particular melodic phrase, it almost kind of takes you outside of the raga. Like there's a pulse in terms of how these ragas work.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, some of the typical phrases of a raga that you're trying to emote have a like inbuilt rhythm inside of it. Mm-hmm. So the songs kind of follow that, and different composers have also different ways of utilizing rhythm. Tyagaraja's songs never, like, very often don't start on the downbeat. They'll start like 3 beats after, and it has kind of this kind of flow to it, that's really kind of like rolling. Whereas other composers, are very like on the beat, but it's like very majestic. It has this like gait, like an elephant. So it's, you know, very majestic. So there's different vibes for different composers, and yeah, there's a lot of variety.
And people say that there's like, I don't know what it is, 101 or whatever. There's a whole bunch of ragas or something like that in South Indian music.
Way
Right.
more than 101.
Okay, 1,001,
Yeah.
something in between.
Yeah.
But there's some huge number. But how many do people really play?
That's a good question.
That's a good guy. I mean, what do you say, Rupa?
Yeah, well, I'm going to avoid the math part of that question and say that, well, you know, it's because raga is, yes, a theoretical construct, but it really comes to life through practice, right? There's only so much you could lecture about a raga. Pretty soon you have to start playing clips and doing the listening to really get into the soul of it, you know?
Yeah.
There's 72 mela kartas, which have complete set of 7 notes, unique, non-overlapping set of 7 notes going up, 7 notes going down. So there's at least 72.
Right. But of those 72, how many of those are actually played?
Yeah,
How many
maybe,
half?
yeah, maybe 30,
Yeah.
more, yeah, half, yeah.
So, I mean, there might be like, 50 to 60 ragas that are played very often that you're going to hear, and, that most Carnatic musicians would know and be able to play on. But there's many more than that exist.
And what's the new thing that this generation of musicians are doing that's different than a prior generation?
I mean, I think this generation of musicians is influenced by more than maybe just Carnatic music. And maybe I'm saying that from my own perspective, being, born in America and raised here and having a lot of different influences. But I think that may be the case even with musicians in India, trying to explore and find new ways to express some of these ragas.
Yeah.
I'd say that there is an openness to that now that maybe in the past wasn't thought as highly of.
Yeah, and I think with things like YouTube, where it's really easy to listen to a master from the turn of the 20th century to a more up and coming artist who's in circulation yesterday, I think there's just a lot more sense of kind of like the possibilities, and so as a result there's just more of a tendency to try to experiment and find the new thing to do, the new exciting thing to do. So yeah, I think you are going to see more people experimenting with some of these ragas that you don't usually hear in circulation, that are not in the 100 to 200 ragas you always hear. Yeah. And actually trying to develop a canon, like a set of phrases, that we can rely on, the way we know when you sing a Shankarabharanam or a Thodi or Bhairavi, what the phrases are. But I think we need people to start developing some of these other ragas. And I am seeing a lot more younger musicians starting to compose too.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
Yeah, which is really cool. And that's a way of kind of really tapping into what is what this generation has to offer.
Yeah.
And that didn't happen before composing, so I think that's a beautiful thing.
And like so much of it stuff, I mean, I've spent a little bit of time with our friends, Viku, Vinayakram, and that whole Selva Ganesh and Swaminathan family, and it seems like their conception of rhythm is completely unique in all musical approaches. It's like a very mathematical, like just really almost like a scientific study of what's possible with rhythm. I mean, maybe you could tell us a little about that.
I think that is the way many Carnatic musicians think, to be honest. It's very systematic. It's logical. It's natural, right? Just the way overtones stack on top of each other in a certain way. The logic behind mathematical concepts in Tala, and the way, something that is in a time cycle of 3, that the multiples of 3 and different variations of that will fall into 1, and that you can really find as many variations as you want, and you can keep changing it, and it's kind of limitless. So, I mean, it's kind of a way of thinking, one thing, and based on that, you can create so much just by adapting this one piece of knowledge that you have.
Well, anyway, I'm going to let you guys get in place. There's a performance coming up from none other than the world famous Rupa Mahadevan. This is at Pioneer Works, Brooklyn, filmed by Jennifer Attia. And everybody is really psyched. Who's on a kavi?
Kavi Srinivasa Raghavan on Mridangam.
On Mridangam. And so at this time, we will transport ourselves all together to Pioneer Works in Brooklyn, New York. Enjoy.